Hey guys, Lord Snake here. I'm coming at you with a bit of something different today. It's been about a month and a half, nearly 2 months now since I made my last video. Quite a lot of content has come out and I've got a few things that I wanted to discuss. So I've decided that instead of doing a normal video battle replay like I normally do, I instead wanted to do a kind of like a let's play here. So, with the new factions that just came out, Norsca and the Winter Tooth, I decided that I wanted to go as Norsca and play a very hard campaign for you guys. So, I hope you kind of enjoy this play along here. So, I'm not really going to watch all of these intro movies and everything. I feel that if you really want to see all that, you're probably going to get the game and play through it. I'm guessing that most of the people who are going to be watching my channel probably already saw it and everything, so it's kind of a waste of time to show it all. But anyway, let me know if that's a problem for you guys for future Let's Plays. Okay. So, to start off with Norsca, I've gotten a couple playthroughs already, so I kind of got a little bit of an idea of what to do here. I hope I'm not going to be too boring for you guys. I like to move inside of the settlement so that I can generate some public order and everything and keep my guys from rioting, basically. I'm not going to recruit all 3 spots because I think that's going to eat up way too much cash early on, so I'm just going to get 2 of the spearman units. So, you guys are probably wondering where I've been. Well, a month and a half or so ago, on July 14th, my mom actually passed away in a motorcycle accident. So I've pretty much been dealing with the fallout from that, unfortunately, and having to take care of her affairs, and her estate and all of that. It's just been pretty much an emotional roller coaster alongside having to deal with the bureaucracy of current day government and everything. And they, of course, want to have their fingers in everything, so they don't like it when you get a bunch of money from someone passing away. So I'm pretty much dealing with all of that, and I'm not getting anything that she had lined up for me to get. And it's just been this really, really long, drawn-out process. If you guys don't have a will, I definitely recommend getting one. It absolutely sucks for your loved ones to have to go through what I'm going through, basically. So, basically, yeah, I don't have enough time to really play online and be good anymore like I used to, so I'm just trying to continue on life as normal. There, I accidentally skipped a turn. That's not a big deal, though. Generate some more public order. Let's. But first, we want to get a bunch of them recruited now because, of course, we skipped a turn like an idiot. I was getting too caught up in telling you guys what all was happening with me. But, yeah, so since I'm not really able to play online and do good enough to win pretty consistent victories on there and teach people what to do, I've decided instead to just play the campaign since that's what I normally play anyway. We want to make sure we're raiding just to get that little bit of extra income. So Norsca is a pretty fun faction. It turns out if you simply beat the faction leader of any of the other Norscan factions, they all become really easy to confederate with. I think it's just an automatic thing. You kind of beat them and showed your dominance. So we're going to be keeping our eyes open for any of those faction leaders. I'm going to go with the Crow for this game. Nurgle, glorious pestilent Papa Nurgle. And I always just raise the settlement before going into rebuild. Oop, sorry about that. Hotkey on my mouse. So, for Wulfric, I like to start off by getting Route Marcher and then the Norse Resilience. Just increases your casualty replenishment. The main thing I want to get is this Lightning Strike ability here. I always get it whenever I play very hard mode because generally the AI likes to gang up with a bunch of armies and attack you that way. So it's a pretty decent counter, I think. We're going to just recruit all those guys. We got Monster Hunter. I like to get this one because you get more income from sacking settlements really early on. Then I always take Frigustrex, Scion of the Cold Void. It's going to be a unit of renown. You only need the first tech to get it because all the other ones are locked still. And it's relatively close. It's only over at the Tower of Crack. I believe the one for the Dragon Ogres is over here, and then the one for the Cygor is over in Midland here. So the benefits I get from going with Nurgle is increased casualty replenishment rate, so I can get into more and more fights quicker and quicker without having to really worry about my numbers dwindling, so that's really useful. And they usually unite against us as well as the other faction up here, which I'm kind of surprised the orange faction up here didn't unite against us. Might be because they don't know who we are yet. That's usually the case. Okay. I like to go with a little bit more of a balanced build early on. Later on we'll get a little bit more monsters and stuff, but primarily with Wulfric you go infantry. Norscan infantry isn't like the greatest, but it's still semi-decent anyway. We'll get the abundance of iron so we're not hemorrhaging any gold from chilling out. Ooh, there we go. We got the tribal leader of Bjornling, the Bjornling tribe here. Or whatever the hell, Vanna Helllings or whatever. They used to just be the Bjornlings when you would play Chaos and awaken the tribe. So I really like how this game kind of got molded around all of this DLC that came out. A lot of people online seem to have a problem with it, but yeah, I honestly think it's great. I've been playing this game for over a year and I'm not bored of it at all. I like to get the armor just because ranged units then don't do damage. And yeah, the melee attack only works when you get into melee. So we're gonna duke it out with this guy right here, Leif Gulbrandsen. He has quite a substantial force of spearmen primarily. I'm not really concerned because I have mostly infantry, so spearmen don't really work against infantry as well. Okay, let's get a nice solid line with shields in the front. Just put the spearmen at the flanks. So the basic rule of thumb here is that the skin wolves are great on the flanks. Since they're anti-large, you want to kind of go around the big line of infantry guys and get to their monsters and such. Or attack them from behind because they're quite quick, these skin wolves are. Get a good close-up of them here. So the trolls, however, are quite slow and lethargic on the battlefield in comparison. So I usually just put them with the main line since they have a low morale and everything. That way they don't break as easily and they get to kind of just enjoy smashing some things while their fellow marauders here soak up the damage. Alright. Yeah, most of the infantry just kind of looks like the Chaos infantry, just lesser armored, of course. No Chaos warriors, they're all just marauders and such. But the monsters of the Norsca faction are what really seem to stand out, as well as, you know, Wulfric being probably one of the most badass heroes of the Warhammer fantasy lore. Alright, so it's going to be a long march, so I'm just going to fast forward through some of this. Sorry about the silence there, I just got a phone call I had to take really quick. Quite an insane amount of troops here. Especially for how early game it is. I like how quick it seems to go when you're playing as Norsca. Oh yeah, I forgot to position the berserkers. Oh well. Okay, so right here they're close enough to where I'm confident in just sending them forward. So my enemy here seems to have the high ground, so he has taken quite a good defensive position. We're going to send Wulfric right at his general. Wulfric is one of the best duelists in the entire game, if not the best. When you get to later game, when he gets his War Mammoth, he gets really fucking scary too. Alright, let's begin the charge. Oop, I see their skin wolves right there. I don't want to go up against those. Not with just my skin wolves, anyway. My skin wolves have taken some damage and they're down 2 skin wolves. Their skin wolves are guarding. Now my favorite part of the Norscan faction. Seafang! Oh, I aimed it terribly. But still, it's so cool! He just rips open a portal and Seafang comes out and runs over some people. This Marauder Chieftain can't hide from Wulfric. His skin wolves are still just sitting there. That's fine. As long as their skin wolves are just sitting there, I'm cool with letting my skin wolves just sit there. Wulfric definitely whooping his ass. There the skin wolves go. Let's target those with our anti-large guys. This one will be better placed. Much better. Ah, their general's running like a coward. My skin wolves got to eat some. Wulfric with over 100 kills already. Oh, those are my units. I dare say, there's quite a lot of them. And we have victory. Alright, it was a Pyrrhic victory, but it was still a victory, and it was within my territory, so I can easily recover from that really quickly. I'd say Norsca probably has the quickest early game, but then middle game they get really stagnated until they can get Chaos Undivided summoned. I'm going to take all the gold I can get. I don't need regeneration because I'm in my settlement. I don't have to worry about killing him off because I can confederate with him right now. And just like that. I don't want any of these guys. Well, actually that's a lie. I want that one unit of skin wolves he's got. So here we can trade one of these guys. Perfect. Okay. I don't need a second army just yet. Gold is always good. Okay, and with that, I think I'm good for this turn. This is always a tough choice. Do I go back and heal, or do I just immediately press on and continue to raid and plunder? We're Vikings. Oh, that's scary. So they got a 17 stack right there, the scaling dude. Let's see if we can foil them. War isn't a big deal with any of those factions, I don't care. Midland usually does that. They rarely send up forces to besiege your settlements, so you rarely have to worry about them. The Empire usually is fighting amongst themselves for all the way up through mid-game. Oh, he's starting to go around. Look at him. I like to get these spoilers, get all the income you can get. Alright, perfect. So this one's funny because he doesn't really have any, or that many spearmen, and now I just got my second unit of skin wolves, so this'll be fun. Only thing I gotta watch out for is he's got a lot of guys with javelins, and if I don't go and attack them right away with my skin wolves, they can pick them off pretty easily. Let's get on to the carnage. So this is going to be a much more foresty type battle. Okay. Whoops, I forgot to move Wolfric fast. Oh well. No, that's not a good line. 93 kills. That didn't take too long. And there's their lord, so now this should get a little easier. Boy, this is getting messy. Sorry if I'm not talking as much right now, I'm just concentrating, trying to figure out what best to do. It's so hard to see in these woods. damn ranged units. Ugh. Wolfric's just gotta do everything himself. Look at this. Pitiful. When you've literally got to kill an entire army yourself to prove that you're the best. Like, what is the morale made out of? There we go, finally. Jeez, I was getting kind of worried there for a second. I don't think I've ever had a closer victory than that. That was very sloppy. He still lost more. He lost 10 more guys. Wolfric having to take out 300 dudes all by himself, like whatever. Definitely one of the most powerful heroes in the entire game. Well, that's going to set me back for a while. Definitely recovering after that one. Wow, I only lost one unit? What was it? A spearman unit. Damn. Mine. Wish I didn't have to recruit. All those guys are worthless. And we're gonna simply start recruiting a lot. Wait, who are you? Get out of here. There we go. And now we're ready for the next turn. I always go with the raiding one because it's a little bit easier to go out and do. Alright. So I'm thinking of going after these guys here at Grayling Moot next, and then maybe even taking over the Varg. I think right here I'm going to get a Ruinous Altar, just to help out with public order and such. Kind of thinking of doing likewise right here. Nah. Not this turn. Alright, Wolfric should be almost done mending up from the last battle. Alright, so we're looking for Ulf Ianson, so it's that guy. This'll be easy. Wolfric on the hunt for champions this time. Well, technically he's always on the hunt for champions in the lore. It's only this game where he's really after beasts more so than just champions. I mean, he did hunt monsters in the lore, but not quite as much to this extent. He hunted other heroes to this extent, basically. So we're going to go to war with these guys because they're weak. And this is just going to be a slaughter, so I'm just going to auto-resolve this one. So since we're going to get this anyway, I'm going to actually just sack it, since I could use the gold. And just like that, I got another big territory. I do have to recover it, though. Or mend it a little bit. So this guy... I'm kind of starting to think I might want to get a defense force going on the coast here, just in case Midland does decide to go down there. Also, it helps out to get a guy down here to start raiding early on. That way you can have more armies and constantly be a pest to the Empire throughout the campaign. So it's always a good idea to do that whenever you can. So I'm kind of thinking about actually sending this guy back around, but I haven't decided just yet. These chariots, I don't know if I want them. We'll keep them for now. We got a bunch of gold, so we can get things going with the steamroll. Okay. Start building up a little bit more. So right now I think, honestly, I don't want to have movement speed reduced. We'll move Wolfric just over here. Actually, we'll move him to Doomkeep to enhance some public order there. Get that back on the right track. I want to recruit for this guy, but I'm not going to do it until I can get him into the settlements, so that way it doesn't take like 5 turns to recruit some basic marauder guys. Oh, and I didn't even notice that I had this guy. Yeah, I don't want him. Alright. Starting to get rolling with the money, so that's good. Looks like someone already got to this one, so raise it for the crow. Ah, we ran just short of money. So, in order to get that money, we're going to have to get about 325 to stabilize. Yeah, I'm happy to get rid of a few of those expensive units. Ah, damn it, I went all the way up to 2100. That's bullshit. We'll just move Wolfric up here. That guy will get to it when he can. Gotta keep moving with this campaign, otherwise if you stay still for too long, you're bound to get wiped out. Much like the Greenskins campaign and the Beastmen campaign, this one is kind of just one of those things where it's like the rolling snowball effect. The more it rolls, the bigger it gets, but if you have it stop, it's just going to sit and melt. Alright, we're almost at the Varg camp. The Savage Blow. Finally. Alright, now that the longship hull is done, I like to go ahead and start getting my infantry upgraded. Alright, and then the Var camp shall be mine next turn. If it doesn't have any goods, it'll be this turn, but it has goods. Getting me some walls. I want my coastal settlements to be as fortified as possible, so that way the Empire can't just come in and sneak attack me. Speaking of a sneak attack, there's the Varg. That's a full army. Longship graveyard's kind of screwed. Let's just get the money back. I'm not going to raise and occupy because I got a lot of stuff happening now. We want to make sure that we can just move Wolfric next turn ASAP. Now we got that lightning strike ability, so we can start just going into Wolfric's actual fighting capabilities. We'll get that guy back into the main encampment there so he can help defend it against this big army. Get one of those wizards up. And just as I thought, he's going to take that settlement. No big deal. That's approximately 16 units. I don't foresee these guys being able to hold out, but that's the thing. If this army does come for me, I can always recruit some regiments of renown and defend against it, so that's always a thing. I love that this faction came out with their regiments of renown and we didn't have to wait for it. Alright, and with that, it's been nearly an hour now, so I'm going to call it for this live stream right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment and everything if you'd like me to continue doing some more of these. I figure it's a little bit easier and it takes less prep work than doing a battle replay video. And I'm going to be playing the campaigns for a lot of things anyway, so I figure might as well just upload footage of me playing it. But anyway, I hope to see you guys again very soon. If I get time later today, I might actually even pop back on with another hour or two of live streaming tonight. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.